Well, there are a few things that will get me out of bed at 3 a.m. and Mount Rainier is one of them. So, gonna do a quick little hike today, doing a quarterly market review. I'm gonna bring you along with me, and I promise the view at the top will be worth it. So stay tuned. Well, I'm less than a mile in and already stopping because, wow. Well, 1 mile in, so I figured I'd take a quick stop, talk about US stock market performance. You can see the US market is about 57% of the global stock market as it relates to market capitalization. So if you have a global stock index, the US market should represent roughly 57% of that. So you can see a really strong quarter, actually the best quarter ever. So just over 22% return in 3 months. Obviously that's coming off a really poor performance in the first quarter of the year, but definitely a very strong performance for the second quarter of the year. Well, we're 2 miles in now, so we'll talk about international developed, which is 31% of the global stock market. Actually coming off of its worst quarter last quarter, the first quarter of 2020, also had some strong performance in the second quarter to help recover from that. So just over 15% from international developed. As you look into international emerging markets, which is only 12% of the global stock market, actually a nice recovery there. Had a bad quarter last quarter, obviously, just like everything, but over 18% return in the second quarter. So a nice rebound really for US, international developed, and emerging markets. So a couple miles to go until we get to the top. There's a little guy over here. Well, that's the top of first burrow. We have 2 more to go, a couple more miles, I guess 1.5 miles or something, so we're getting there. Well, that's the second burrow. There's 1 more to go over here, but almost there. Well, I made it 4.6 miles later, but definitely worth going up to the third burrow. The second burrow, you'd save probably 3 miles round trip, but the third burrow is very nice. The mountain's like right there. So, but just finishing things up, global real estate up 11% for the quarter, strong quarter from real estate. And then the bonds offering stability like they're supposed to, 2.9% for the US bond market, just over 1.7% globally in the bond market. So definitely strong performance all around in both the equity market and the fixed income market. Sorry, all the bugs are everywhere here. Just saw a hummingbird over here too, which is kind of strange. You wouldn't expect to see them up this high. We always try to finish these videos with some type of guidance. And I think rather than talking about too much in terms of technical pieces of investing, the guidance for this quarter is, now that, we've seen the dip of the first quarter and we've seen a nice recovery in the second quarter, I would just encourage you to think back and reflect on that. How did that feel when your portfolio fell in value that much? Basically, does that feel like that's the right level of risk for you? In order to pursue higher expected return, you have to take on higher risk in your portfolio. And by risk, we mean volatility. So during the first period of this year, you'd see a lot of volatility in a risky portfolio where over the long term, you're expecting a higher return. So you just want to make sure you have that right fit. If something didn't feel like it was quite the right fit for you, I'd encourage you to just reach out, talk to us, let us know. We can make those adjustments. Just reflect back on this last couple quarters and how that felt, and make sure you feel like you have the right fit in your portfolio. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. This is a bit of a different video this time around. I hope you like it. Maybe we'll try to keep doing something like this in the future too. So we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.